Look, I get that you really care about Jesus and all that. But you don't need to tell me about it.
I realize it's a heavy topic. If you're not in the mood, that's fine. Perhaps another time then.
That's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. Sometimes I get long-winded when I talk about my faith, and it comes off as being one-sided or disrespectful to you.
No, really. My issue wasn't with your being tactful about it or choosing the right time or whatever. I appreciate that you're trying not to be pushy about this. I just don't think it's right for you to try to influence my beliefs about religious stuff. Why do you need to involve me in it at all? Can't you just keep your beliefs to yourself?
If you insist, I will leave you alone. But I hope you can understand why I want to share my beliefs.
I don't.
Well, first of all, I love God. God is a big part of my life and I want to talk about it. It's like a younger person wanting to tell you about a new romantic interest, or an older person wanting to tell you about their kids or grandkids.
Exactly. Fun for them to talk about, not as fun to listen to.
Okay, admittedly it's more of an explanation for why I would want to share my faith, not really a good justification. But there are better reasons than that for me to talk about God.
Such as?
Well, I think my relationship with God has affected me in a positive way. I want to share it with you because I think it would benefit you too if you gave it a chance. It's similar to how I would want to tell you about a great new book or movie that I think you would like.
Well, we don't all have the same taste in books or movies.
Agreed, but I think we are all children of the same God. And there is something inside each of us that is supposed to respond to that. It's been called a God-shaped hole in the human heart.
I don't know about that.
Well, there are a couple more reasons for me to speak up. For example, there are big gaps between how Christianity is portrayed in the modern press, how it's portrayed in the Gospels, and how it's experienced in a typical church. I often try to show Christianity from a perspective that is usually not given. In our video chats and on my blog, you'll find explorations of controversial topics like hell, and evolution, and sex, and the nature of the Bible, from a sincerely Christian point of view but not necessarily the one you expect.
I can appreciate that. Still, it's a personal subject and I don't see why it matters to you what I think.
Well, suppose you had a brother and he was not on speaking terms with your father. Would you intervene or stay out of it, thinking it was none of your business?
It would hurt to see that, I guess. I would do what I could to get them to reconcile.
This is similar to what I am trying to do. I pray to our Father on your behalf, and on our Father's behalf, I share my faith in Him with you, passing along the message He delivered in person long ago.
Why doesn't He just contact me directly?
We discussed that in another video.
Oh right, something about the movie Coming to America.
Yeah, something like that. Leaving room for doubt, so that you can love Him for who He is, not for His power.
What about the whole issue of hell? Are you trying to convert me so that my soul will not be damned?
Well, I do think what we believe impacts how our soul develops and what kind of life we lead here, and these things do have consequences in the afterlife. But, no, I do not believe that people who die as non-Christians are damned to hell forever and ever. We discussed that in another video too.
Do you ever wonder whether God Himself wants you to speak up about your faith, or perhaps if He would rather you shut up instead?
Yes, I do wonder. In the Gospel of Matthew, the last thing Jesus teaches the apostles is to go out into the world and make disciples of all nations. Like many gospel teachings, it is not always clear whether Jesus is speaking just to the apostles or to some of us today or to everyone. I think people need to listen to their hearts and consciences for guidance. There may be situations where my sharing the gospel could do more harm than good, but in general I feel like I want to share and that I should share.